analyst Mark Schlereth. Welcome, Mark.
Good.
First, Shannon, could T.O. still play in the NFL?
No, it's easy to say that you can still play when you know you're not going to get an opportunity for someone to dispel that. I'm in great shape, but after not playing for an extended period of time, Skip, you can't take those hits. T.O., there have been almost 25,000 men that played this game, Skip. And in 3 months, T.O. is going to a place, he's going to football heaven, Valhalla, Mecca, where the greatest football players reside. Not the Hall of Very Good, not the Hall of Longevity. Yep. T.O. is about to be one of the 350th men to have a gold jacket of nearly 25,000 men. There's nothing, if T.O. caught another 1,000-yard season, it's not going to change the perception that people have of T.O. What is it that T.O. feels that he needs to accomplish now that he didn't get done? He was when he retired, he had the third most touchdowns. He was like fourth in yards. What I don't get is what is it that he hopes to accomplish by playing at this age? He's 44. When T.O. retired, he tried to come back with Seattle, and then that was short-lived, and then it was gone away.
Yep.
And no one gave him another try then. Do you actually think somebody's going to actually call him now, Skip, 8 years after the fact, and say, T.O., we want you to come try out? I can assure you, as great as Tom Brady is, 8 years after he retired, nobody's calling Tom Brady to play a game of football, Skip. I'm racking my brains trying to think or figure out what is it T.O. wants to accomplish or hopes to accomplish that he hadn't already accomplished that can change the perception that he has of himself or people have of him. I just don't get this.
I will tell you this. I still think that I could play.
I believe you.
You know, I'm still strong enough to play right up until the point somebody hits me.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like tapping out because I don't want to get hit anymore. I'm old. I'm brittle. I'm broken. And I think that's the thing that we all
By the way,
still,
how many surgeries? What
29.
29. Go ahead.
But I still, we all have those illusions of grandeur. And you know, I look in the mirror today and I still see 23. That's just the way I look at myself. I still feel like I can do it. I know that I couldn't do it. I know that I'm old and I'm broken. I'm not the player that T.O. was or that Shannon was, but I was a pretty decent player. And I know that your body just gets to the point. I tell you the one thing that happens to you when you walk away, you lose the callous of playing. Like you get calloused to getting hit and you get used to it. And you know what ends up stopping you from playing is your desire to take those hits. When you stop, when you start looking at it like, man, I don't want to get hit like that anymore. I don't ever want to hit like that again. You get to the point where you're just like, this game is not for me. At 44 years old, in and out of breaks, the elite level quick, you can do things. Like I can still bench a lot. I can still lift a lot, you know? But it's all those other things, man. Like you get hit one time, you get stabbed in the chest one time, you get a mouthful of Rydell one time, and you're like, ooh, no, thank you.
So here's what I see happening with today's NFL players and some ex-NFL players. Tom Brady is messing with everybody's mind. Tom Brady is saying, I will play until I'm 45 years of age. Terell is now 44 years of age. And he hears this, even though it's obviously a very different position. But now we have Drew Brees saying, hey, I think I could play until I'm 45. And Aaron Rodgers is saying, what is he, 35? I can play into my 40s.
Ben, I got 3 or 5 more years than me. He's 36.
So all of a sudden, Tom Brady is shattering the mold because at 40 years of age, he just won the MVP and he set the all-time playoff record in the Super Bowl, 505 yards passing. That's pretty great at 40 years of age. Right. So you don't see any decline in his game yet. Will you see it next year? I don't know. I don't think so. But he's saying, I have figured this out through pliability and my stretching method and my trainer and blah, blah, blah. You know, he's got a whole new approach to the game. And he's saying, I've reinvented this wheel. I can definitely play. If my heart's still in it, I can play until I'm 45. Yeah. So Terell, I know him well enough to know he just can't find anything that scratches the itch of playing football because it's hard, man. Yeah. It's you know, he can't replace the rush of NFL Sunday in the weight room or out on the practice field running sprints with ODD, whoever it is, you know, right?
Tell him to come do CrossFit with me. That'll replace it.
Okay. But you miss that. I know you missed Okay.
You know what happened to me, Skip? When you get away from the game, even if it's just for the break that you get at the end of the season to start back the training camp, your spidey senses. I can know where defense, and I knew where the hit was going to come from. When you move away from the game, all of a sudden, those crashes that, okay, this was the coverage, the guy should hit me here, you lose that, Skip.
Okay, I got it. But I've always said this about Terell. Nobody worked harder and played harder than Terell Owens.
Oh, yeah, he played angry.
So just like hypothetically, if I made him a fourth or a fifth receiver on an NFL team, do I think he could catch X number of balls, contribute a little bit? I do. Again, to your point about getting hit, I don't know how he'd take that, but he's a tough guy. And he's mentally tough enough he could endure that. The irony is, for all of his playing hard and working hard, I'm going to say it one more time, he was a terrible teammate, especially in his first 3 stops. So that it's a contradiction of, for NFL teams, we don't want to wish that upon ourselves because he turned on coaches and quarterbacks, as we know. So he's got that quote unquote baggage. He had no baggage off the field. It was all on the field.
I know one thing about the difference between quarterback and wide receiver.
Yeah.
Is that they put red jerseys on the quarterbacks in practice,
okay.
and you get hit in games. I get it,
hey, listen,
but not like you used to get hit in games,
but
and you don't get touched anywhere else.
Okay, but Tom Brady, a few times last year, especially in the playoffs, he got rocked. Absolutely. I mean, he got leveled. Where I'm like, is he going to get up from that?
But they don't let you put the helmet on anybody anymore.
No.
The guy to drill you with that, the crown of the helmet in your chest.
He did, chin. But it's you have a whole week to recover.
No,
you're not running routes. You're not doing. You're not doing that. You're not getting stabbed in the chest and running around and having that lean. Even in the no contact, like even when they take the pads off, like we used to joke about it all the time when we were playing. It's full speed, no pads. And it was full contact. The only thing that was different was when you got me to you, that collision stopped. We pulled up. Right. There was no collision. Yeah. But the hand-to-hand combat was real. It was the way we practiced. It was full go. And that, just the overall attrition that happens to you over the course of the OTAs, mini camps, training camp. And even though it's not like it used to be when we were playing, when we used to, beat each other up in practice, it still is a real physical game.
Yeah.
And your body at 44, I just don't think your body would survive.
You remember Herschel Walker said, I can still play in the NFL at 55. It's easy to say that because no one's going to give you the opportunity to dispel that. T.O.'s not playing at 44.
Hey, Jim Brown in his 50s was saying, I can still play. And I was saying, he probably could, Jim Brown.
Get out there one time.
Huh?
And then he get hit.
Right.
And he look shadow like ice.
I'm 52. I could play one play.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's all I could play.
2 guys who occasionally sit in that seat are Steven Jackson and Kenyon Martin. They play now stars in the Big 3, and they both believe with all their heart and soul they could play in the NBA, play 15 minutes a night, tonight, right now, and give you, 7 points and 5 rebounds. Contribute off the bench.
And they probably
believe they could? Yeah, I do. Now, it's a different game.
And it's physical, even if you take the basketball of the 80s and the 90s or the 70s, it pales in comparison to what they do even in today's NFL. Forget what it was like in the 80s, the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. That was a whole different ball game. So I get it. Kenyon Mark, K-Mark, and Stacks, they probably could play a couple of minutes a night. But that's a different animal there. Basketball players don't get in car wrecks. Football players get in car wrecks every 65 times a game. T.O. don't want these kind of problems anymore, Skip. He don't want it.
You should just come to CrossFit with him.
Yeah, you could just come on the CrossFit. I would say, you know what? I got some
CrossFit with him.
No, but you know how you know a person that does CrossFit?
They have to tell you that they went to CrossFit.
Yeah, you just wait 2 seconds.
If you don't tell someone you went to CrossFit, you didn't actually go.
I go to CrossFit.
The calories you burned didn't actually go.
I got something coming down the pipeline for y'all in a couple of weeks, Skip. I'm going to take my shirt off and say, hey.
You know what I do? I do what we call cross-fat, and that's why it hasn't been working for me.
Yeah, cross-fat, burgers, pizza, chicken.
And lay on my couch. Hey, you know what? I'll do CrossFit with you. You come do cross-fat with me.
No, I can't do it. I got to get up and exercise.
Do you?
Yeah.
What about those cheat Saturdays that you
have? Oh, yeah.
Whoa, what you looking at? Hold on, what you looking at my Instagram for, Skip?
I don't know.
You do know.
I don't. Joy told me about it. I don't know.
I mean, let me live. Let me live my best life.
And French fries.
Really?
That was like
Hamburgers.
that was like one time.
Shannon
Oh.
Sharp, you cannot have your cake and eat it too. You
What I'm supposed to
realize
do with it? You look at it. That was exactly what I'm gonna do with my cake. Eat it.
that.
Mark, thanks for joining us. Who should win the MVP, Harden or LeBron?
For real?
We'll discuss that next.